You know that feeling you post something online and then you're checking your phone like every 5 minutes, just waiting for those likes to pop up? Or maybe you've got this great creative idea, but you'll hold back because you're worried about what people might say. Well, today we're going to talk all about that. We're going to dive into this search for validation and, more importantly, how we can stop looking for it out there and start finding it right here inside ourselves.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Why? Why do we care so much? It's a huge question, and it really gets to the heart of why we do a lot of the things we do. See, this need for approval, it's basically wired into our DNA. It's an old survival instinct from a time when fitting in with the tribe was literally life or death. But in our world today, that ancient wiring can get its signals crossed, and it can lead us right into something I like to call the validation trap. And believe me, this trap is so easy to fall into. It's sneaky. It quietly starts to pull the strings, dictating our choices, and even shaping how we see ourselves. Think of it like this, right? It's an endless hamster wheel. You post something, you get that little rush from the likes and the positive comments, and it feels good. So naturally, you want more of it. Before you know it, you might start tweaking what you say, what you share, maybe even parts of your personality, just to get that same reaction again. And that's the wheel. It's this exhausting cycle where you're always running toward that next hit of approval from someone else. But here's the thing about running on that hamster wheel. It's not free. It comes at a really high cost. It can seriously affect our mental health, our creativity, and just our basic ability to be our true, authentic selves. And what's wild is how these all feed into each other. It starts with that constant anxiety, that low-level hum of stress from trying to be what you think everyone else wants you to be. That, of course, leads to a loss of authenticity because you start hiding the real you. And then that can cause this creative paralysis where you're just too scared to make or do anything that might get criticized. And it all comes from this deep fear of failure. Not failing on your own terms, but failing in the eyes of other people. Okay, so if that's the trap, how in the world do we get out? Well, the key, the entire secret, is to stop looking for directions from the outside world and start learning to navigate with our own internal compass. This is the big shift. This is where we move away from external validation and towards something way more powerful. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. External validation is basically a weather vane. It just spins around with every new gust of public opinion. It's totally fragile, completely dependent on whatever way the wind is blowing that day. But your internal compass? That's a whole different story. It's independent, it's resilient, it doesn't care about shifting winds, it points you toward your true north. It's steady, it's reliable, no matter what the weather is doing outside. So here's the bottom line. Internal validation is simply this. It's the profound understanding that your worth is not up for a vote. It's not based on your job or how many followers you have or whether someone claps for you. It's something you already have. It's inherent. And you are the only one who truly gets to approve and affirm it. Now, this all sounds fantastic, right? But how do we actually build it? How do we make that internal compass so strong that it's louder and more reliable than all the noise coming from the outside? Well, it's a process, and you build it one step at a time. These right here are your building blocks. So first up, identify your core values. What truly, deeply matters to you? Is it honesty, creativity, compassion? When you know your values, you give your compass its true north. Step 2, start acknowledging your small wins. Seriously, did you make it through a tough workout? Did you handle a difficult conversation well? You have to celebrate that. This literally retrains your brain to look inward for that feeling of affirmation. And finally, and this one is huge, practice self-compassion. When you mess up, treat yourself with the same kindness you'd give to a good friend. It's not about being perfect, it's about being able to bounce back. Let's just pause on this for a second. Read that again. This is such a powerful way to reframe everything. Someone else's opinion of you, that's a reflection of them. It's about their tastes, their history, their perspective. It has absolutely zero to do with your actual intrinsic value. Your worth is a constant. And when you really start to live this, when you internalize it, something incredible begins to happen. That constant pressure, it just starts to lift. The anxiety fades. You actually step off that hamster wheel and into this amazing new kind of freedom. And this, right here, this is the ultimate payoff. It's the peace you feel when you know you're enough, just as you are. It's the power to go after your passions without being terrified of what someone might say. It's the freedom to just show up in the world as you, without needing anyone else to co-sign your existence.
When you boil it all down, this is what it's about. The real freedom isn't about getting the applause. It's about realizing you never actually needed it in the first place. You can create, you can live, you can just be for the pure joy of it.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. If you were truly 100% free from the opinions of others, what would you start? What dream would you finally chase? What would you dare to do? Because the answer to that question, well, that just might be where your most authentic life is waiting to begin.